Hi Bears Road family and friends, Pastor Greg Drummond here. It's just a few days before Thanksgiving, and in these months upon months, it's easy to have one day just blend into the next without even realizing what date is on the calendar. For me, if it wasn't for the changing of the leaves around here or the smell of fresh apples or the seeing of pumpkin spice everything everywhere, I probably wouldn't know Thanksgiving was happening this weekend. And as a person who is surprised about Thanksgiving, maybe on the calendar, maybe you didn't even know until you clicked on this, but you might wonder, where should Thanksgiving start in a year like this year? A year like the year we've been having. It's a year where instead of sharing a grand feast, people are being told to stay apart from each other, to keep it small. We're being told to prepare individual plates and have one person designate them for everyone, as opposed to passing around a generous platter from person to person. It's a year when, even though we're allowed to gather in a place like our church, there are many of us who, for the sake of our health and the health of others, we're staying at home. We don't want to venture out, yet the depths of our soul want to come and still cry, "Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There's no shadow of turning with thee." And I realize that some of you might even be seeing this video later on, beyond Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving. And it's unfortunate because it's just been that kind of year. And for that reason, I want a Thanksgiving reflection for you that's based on Psalm 100, which is the only psalm that actually has the words for Thanksgiving written in the Hebrew, in those titles there, what we often just skim over. So this anonymous Psalm 100 begins for Thanksgiving. And so, as I come to this psalm and what it means, no matter the month, no matter the day, no matter the year, if you're seeking inspiration or direction or words for Thanksgiving, there's no better place to start than Psalm 100. And I want to give you these words from verses 3 and 4. It says this: "Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving." From the beginning of 2020 right to the end and beyond, the Lord remains our God. He's seen everything that's going on in this world. He's celebrated every joy. He's grieved every grief. He desires to give us comfort in our pain. And He's not away from any of us in any of it, because He is God with us in it all. Why is that? Well, because He's the one who made us. We're His. We belong to Him. We're His people from sunrise to sundown, all through the night. He's actively caring for us. He's protecting us. He's healing us and helping us. He's sitting with us in the pain and the sickness and in our grief. And He's walking with us down the aisle as we wear the masks on our faces. This psalm calls us sheep. These days, this sheep comparison, this animal comparison, it's a comparison that points to blind following and easy manipulation. It's not a pleasant comparison these days. But here in this psalm, in Psalm 100, it's a much better comparison. It means that we have a place with God, that He leads us into His gates. He leads us into His sheep pen. He feeds us and leads us. He guides us and provides for us. And because of this, whenever a sheep looks up to its shepherd, it sees kind eyes and strong hands that protect and also comfort. A love that looks out for the best interest of the sheep is what it sees. And in response, the sheep feels nothing but thanks. So it stays close to the shepherd and is always drawn to his voice. So this Thanksgiving, whether you are apart from people or whether you're with those close to you, may you know the closeness of the Lord, our Good Shepherd, Jesus Christ. May you hear His loving voice. May your eyes be overwhelmed with thanks as you look to Him and enter into His presence. If you've been with our church for any number of time, you'll know that Thanksgiving is one of the times of year where we have a special worship offering. We also realize that it's a time of year right now that people have been hard hit financially. And we thank you for all your support that you've already given, tangible ways, in prayer, and some of you through finances. But if you want to worship through giving, we do have that opportunity here at the church or through online giving. But if you're coming to church this Thanksgiving Sunday, I also want to let you know that we are doing a communion service. It'll look different than usual because we're asking you to bring your own elements, your own bread and juice, and we're going to share together at the end of the service. We're going to do it at a distance, but we also know some of you might not feel comfortable taking your mask off or being here. Or if you're following at home, we encourage you to have that with you there. Because we know church is a time to be close to God and close to one another. And one of the things that unites us in our faith is the remembrance of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So as you prepare to worship this Sunday, this Thanksgiving, consider who Christ was. Consider him calling you and looking into his eyes, and may you be overwhelmed with a feeling of thankfulness for all he has done for you. And Lord bless you.